and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This week, we are continuing the streamer interview series. So this is going to be interview number 2. It is with my friend Brooklyn, or Brooklyn.G.Life, as a lot of you guys know her. She is fantastic. She's been streaming for, when this video comes out, she'll be hitting right about her 1 year, which is so exciting. Now, as promised, top comment from the last video, which was so long ago, I apologize. Thank you so much for that. This is going to be the last video in which I am doing that, because from now on I am going to be batching these videos ahead of time and will not be able to add the recent comment, but I still appreciate each and every comment that you guys contribute on all of the videos. So thank you so much for that. Before we get started here, please leave a like rating. Remember to comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these. If there is another streamer that you want me to interview for this series, comment down below and I will do my best to make that happen. So without further ado, here is Brooklyn.
So, just introduce yourself real quick.
I am Brooklyn and my username is Brooklyn.G.Life. My hours of streaming are typically from 6 p.m. all the way up until maybe 10 p.m. Is when you can find me, but my most oftentimes are 7 to 9 on LivIT.
So now, tell us a little bit about yourself, like outside of streaming, and also like outside of a global pandemic. Like before pandemic, what is it that you do outside of just streaming as well?
Favorite activities outside of streaming are snowboarding and paddling. I'm an outrigger paddler. I'm a steersman. That is my position. But other than that, those are my 2 big hobbies. I like to cook. I like to plant. Basically anything and everything crafty. I love working with my hands and I love to stay moving.
Back to what you're saying, like your job. So you have an actual 9 to 5 job as well, because many people on here are, you know, the like starving artist going gig to gig.
Yes, I have a 9 to 5 job. I'm an office manager for an internet company. I have been working with them for going on 3 years now in December. And I went to college in Santa Barbara. So I moved back to San Diego and started streaming about a year later.
Okay, so how long have you been streaming? Either both on LivIT or if you've also live streamed before that, how long have you been streaming?
I have been streaming since November of 2019. So we're going on a year here in a few months, and LivIT is the only platform I have ever streamed on.
What do you stream?
I stream all sorts of stuff. I can be dares, cooking, playing on my patio with my plants, or workouts as well. My most popular streams that do the best are my dares and my workouts.
How do you find the dares? Or do you have people write them in? Like, how do you go about organizing a stream full of dares?
So I have oftentimes come up with my own, look them on the internet. Another thing that I like to do to help get even more points is sell dares before I do my dare night. So I will sell for 2,500 points, you can have your dare on a wheel. And then the night of dare night, I spin my wheel and we go for it.
That's such a smart idea. I love that. Honestly, one of the things I was super excited about interviewing you about is I feel like you get very, very creative with content, and it's so easy to fall into repetitiveness, but you keep it super interesting.
I try. It is hard.
The next one, why you started streaming.
So I started live streaming because my brother's girlfriend actually worked for corporate, and she saw what I was doing on my platform with Instagram, and she decided that I would be a perfect streamer, and that's how I became a LivIT streamer.
So your brother's girlfriend worked for LivIT?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yes, she did the events.
But that's so cool. I didn't know that you had literally like a direct connection to the company and that's how you started. That's so cool.
It has to do with manifestation and stuff, because it was all right when I really started dealing with manifestation and working for me, and it was undeniable at that point, and I was like, I have to share this message. I have to get this out there. Everybody must know that they are absolutely in control of their life.
Next question. What is your favorite part about streaming?
My favorite part about streaming is meeting new people from all around the world and connecting with them. And I have found that me and other streamers have a lot in common. We are all positive. We really want the same things for our viewers. Just building those connections and always creating your network as well. It's such a big, strong network, and I've even had so many opportunities once I've taken this streaming opportunity. More opportunities I've gotten out of it.
Can you remember any specific ones that have come out of this? Because I know it's kind of hard to separate them out.
Andrea Schultz is, I don't know, do you remember Andrea Schultz?
I think
She was a streamer on there before, and she was the founder of the Stanley Lee Foundation, and her job is to get millennials into the entertainment industry. So I am working with her right now to create my package, my brand, to continue dabbling into the entertainment industry.
So tell us about a crazy or defining moment in your streams.
There's a lot.
Feel free to mention as many as you want, or you can just
okay. A crazy defining moment when my viewers found out there was a dead rat in my backyard and we had to bury it. And then now that we have to bury our friends from the backyard, when my dog killed the lizards, we had to bury those too. And then there's been dares where I've had to eat spiders. I think
You've literally eaten a spider?
yes.
Are these spiders that you order like off the internet that are like edible spiders, or do you just like find one in the
So
corner?
what happened this first time was that I had a dare night, and one of them was an open spot that said dare. And it just so happened that it was a family friend. I live here, John. He was the one who gifted that for that. So he got to choose what the dare was. And of course he goes, eat a bug. And I'm like, oh, looking around, sorry, no bugs, pick again. And he's all, don't worry, I've got one coming. And he walks upstairs with a daddy long leg. And I just had to eat it right then and there.
I mean, at least it's a daddy long legs, which is all legs and no body. Because I feel like, because that would be way better than like one of the small ones that's all body.
Yes. And then since then, they've made me eat bugs like in more dares. Like that's what people will choose. Like they want me to keep eating them. And then I fed them to my friend Kayla. Crickets.
I feel like I've noticed streams, like viewers love chaos. Chaotic streams always do better. Tell us about an achievement within your stream that you're really proud of.
Okay, so one of my top gifters has always tried to get a streamer on the app to do a backflip. And he'll be like 10,000 points for a backflip. And so one night I was going really hard for a competition. And he had said that whoever, actually, I think it was his friend Puggles, who had said, so both of them want backflips all the time. And he had said that if somebody drops a large 25,000 points, he'll drop 25,000 points and I'll go do a backflip. And so Cece actually came in. It was pretty late, and Cece came in and we had told her, like, we're telling everybody that comes in, you know, and she drops the 25,000. And then Puggles drops the 25,000. And so here I am on my way to the pool, and my words are like, I don't even know if I know how to do a backflip. I seriously haven't done one in years. I had no idea if I could even still do one, and I did a perfect backflip.
Tell us about a time that you felt discouraged on the app and then what you did to keep going.
Back in May, I had my head injury. And so I was streaming very little, and now I'm really trying to get back into it. It was about 2 months that really knocked me out. I could only stream a few times a week just from external stress, you know, like when you get that hospital bill, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like it just had brought, like the whole thing brought so much stress to my life that it was just hard to show up with a smile all the time. So I went these 2 months without streaming very often, and I have felt like it has really damaged my platform. And so now that I am trying to get back on it, it is almost like it almost feels like starting over again, but I didn't start streaming for the money. I always started streaming to get my message out. And so I have to just remind myself that this isn't about the money, and that's why I'm going to continue to show up. And I do believe that one day live streaming is going to take off, because I have found that it is so important. And even if maybe money got made because of donations, I think that it has really helped with mental health, because it just gives people that may not have anybody close to them an opportunity to feel human connection. And I think that that's just very important, and it gives them a voice as well. And that is why I stream. So of course I'm going to keep going, and I think that maybe in the future we could even raise money off of donations because of what benefits it can bring.
So this does kind of relate to it. I don't know if there's a separate point you want to make here, but how do you stay motivated to stream?
When I feel like I am losing motivation and I'm just not showing up every day, I know the number one thing that I need to do to get back on track is go for an event. That is the best way to stay motivated. It is going to get your viewers involved. You are going to perform better overall, and there's gonna be a little fire that lights inside of you that's gonna get you competitive, and you're gonna show up for those streams.
This is more of a general question. It does not have to be live streaming specific, but are there any creators that you look up to? Because nowadays, with just the whole world seems to be so focused on constant content creation in whatever industry you're in. Are there any creators that you look up to that maybe influence how you approach social media or live streaming just in general?
So there is this one creator on Instagram, and her name is Minky, and she is all into manifestation. She is a life coach, and she is really who I looked up to. She has her own journey and overcame them, and now she is making $100 impact as $100,000 income, you know? So that was really what inspired me to take on the social media world, is that not only can you make an income, but you can make an impact.
Do you have any advice for handling trolls or drama within your stream?
Trolls or drama. So the best way for a new streamer to handle trolls or drama is to click the block button and do not respond to it. But however, I have been on this app for a long time, so I do have a platform of supporters that will also help direct these trolls into maybe telling them you are on the wrong app, calling them out in whatever way they may need to be called out, and then they get the block button. Always the block button. We don't have time for you.
It's not worth engaging. It's just not.
Yeah.
What is one tip for beginner streamers?
I don't know how well I would have done on LivIT if it weren't for the New York event. The New York event was not only a very competitive event, but it was also very achievable. So it wasn't like I was going into the event trying to be top 3, it was top 40. So I think as a new streamer, I think that you should set a really high goal. And I don't know if there's gonna be an event that you could go for that event that will be that goal for you, or if you just wanna say, my first month, I wanna hit 500,000 points. But set a really high goal and treat streaming like you are a college student. taking 1,000 classes, and like you may lose sleep over it or whatever, but you show up and you show your viewers how passionate you are about hitting this goal, and you do everything you can to hit that goal. Along the way, you will build a platform, and after that goal, you will have a fan base. And I think that that is the best way to start your journey as a streamer, because that's what it's all about, is creating your platform.
If you're a supporter in other streams, whether that's sending coins or just, watching other streamers, why do you support?
There's multiple reasons why I might support. If you're my friend, that's one obvious reason of why I would support you. I would also, I've gone into new streamers and given them coins for motivation. But another reason why I may go and support somebody maybe on even a heavier end is that if I had an amazing month and I go around and, maybe see that someone that usually has an amazing month didn't, of course I want to step in and help them in any way that I can, because I just think what comes around goes around, and we're all in this together, honestly. So, and then it has come in right back around to me in that same position. That same person has had an amazing month and saw me like working hard those last hours of the month and came through. Be careful, because you are giving your money back to LivIT, so don't just drop a bunch of money on streamers. That's not the point. It is about motivation and just keeping going together.
What is your favorite streaming gadget, or in this case, I'll just say, what's your favorite streaming gadget or tool?
Something that I couldn't go without, and I have, but it's very uncomfortable, is my music. I always need to have music. It helps drain out those quiet moments as well, to add something. If it gets quiet, I step away, whatever it may be. Music is my number one tool that I need.
It's like your little support system in this.
Yes. Everyone's else being quiet, at least I have my music.
Yes, exactly. What role does streaming play in your life during this global pandemic? Now, this applies to you differently than I think a lot of other streamers, just because you're not a gig-based worker, so you do still have your 9 to 5. But how has it come into play during the global pandemic?
I'm just trying to think how it was different, because my life has not changed at all. I never left my room before LivIT. I never leave my room after LivIT. I'm because my office is downstairs in my house. So my office, yes, we run the business out of my house downstairs. So all I ever did was wake up, go to work, go upstairs and stream. And
okay, yeah, it really hasn't changed at all.
It hasn't changed at all. There was a ton of engagement. Which made it really, really fun over the course of the pandemic. And I think that it also really helped a ton of other people get through the pandemic as well, because there was so much engagement, so much going on with the streamers, because we're all just doing the same thing, bored at home. What is that song? Bored at the house and I'm in the house bored. I'm bored at the house and I'm in the house bored. That's everyone. So LivIT has been such an impact to not only my life for entertainment, because obviously I wasn't seeing friends on the weekends anymore. I wasn't going and socializing like I used to. So yes, my life didn't change very much from day to day, but at least it maintained those human connections, and I never really felt like I was in jail, or how people can feel quarantining if they're not connecting with humans.
I need to ask about your supporter plans.
I'm always trying to come up with new ways to encourage people to support, and also just kind of a little way to show my appreciation as well. So I started with these plants, and I will write a supporter's name on them, and it just kind of gives me a way to show that supporter that I love and care about them. And some of them have died, so haven't really had that conversation with them yet, but we're gonna get them a new plant.
It's like when your child's fish dies and you replace it with a new fish before they know.
Yes, exactly. So, I also think I need to I have a ton of succulents, so I kind of ran, like I only had so many plants, so I did pause that, but, I think that was good in there. I'll try to incorporate more of that as well with some other plants because I definitely stopped selling it and it did sell enough. So
how much did it cost to get a plant?
To get a plant was either 5,000 event points or 10,000 any points. So if you hit a gamble and it got 10,000, you got a plant. Or if you sent 5,000.
This is great.
Okay, wait. And then do you see the combo one?
Yep. Oh, that's so great.
My name is Brooklyn and my username is Brooklyn.G.Life. Follow me on my Instagram at brooklyn.G.Life, Brooklyn with 2 N's, and that's where you can find all of my streaming updates.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that. Again, please remember to hit that subscribe button and leave a like, rating, and a comment. If you have any streaming questions, first of all, there are numerous videos on this channel that can hopefully help you out, but you can also contact me on Instagram at Smilin_Aislinn. I do now have a separate Instagram for specifically live streaming tips, tricks, news, and inspiration, and that is going to be at Smilin_Original. So you can honestly message me on either one of those, but if you're looking for some more tips and tricks and just general news and really getting familiar with how to be the best streamer possible, that is going to be the Instagram you want to follow. It's Smilin_Original. So thank you so much for all of the love and support. I will see you next time with our next video and our next interview guest. And remember to keep smiling.